Man, we back. Mercy Sports Talk in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. It's hot line. I gotta break this line hat in. It's cold and snowing in the deep. For everybody in my city of Detroit, Metro Detroit area, drive slow. Best way to drive when it's snowing. Light, heavy, whatever. But let's talk about Louis Riddick. He will be interviewing for the Texans and the Detroit Lions GM opening. As well, you hear some rumors that he might be Dave Gettleman's replacement if he's fired in New York. Let's talk about it. That subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. He has some front office experience as well, too. A lot of people like him on TV. He might be the best thing that ESPN got to offer with Jalen Rose. Maybe a couple other guys. I really don't like ESPN no more. It's garbage. But yeah, man, just think about the people that came off TV. Mike Mayock is doing a pretty good job with John Gruden and the Raiders. The Raiders, nobody thought the Raiders would turn around this quick, even though they're starting to slide a bit. But, they still starting to turn it around and give Vegas some hope and Raider Nation some hope. So, they're doing a good job evaluating guys, getting talented guys there. And I think Louis Riddick can do the same thing. And, of course, if Houston want him, New York possibly thinking about him, rumors about that if they get rid of Dave Gettleman. Why should the Lions consider him? And then again, what you got to understand is the Lions are interviewing a lot of black candidates, and that's probably ain't been done in a while. How many times have you heard the Lions interview any position, as far as head coach and GM, this many black candidates? You haven't. You're talking about the dude from New York who won 2 Super Bowls with them. Also, he won a Super Bowl right after he succeeded Ernie Arcosi. Ernie Arcosi is a special advisor to the Ford family. Then you got Rick Smith, and then you got Louis Riddick. So at the end of the day, I really do think Sheila is different from her mom and her dad as far as the way she look at the world. I think her mom and dad grew up in a more of a racist time, and I can tell you some stories about the Ford company and how he was getting down back then. But I ain't trying to go there right now. But I've told those stories before, and they are 100% factual. But what Sheila changed my mind was she said she was willing to get down with Kaepernick and do that, but Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia wasn't for that, and also the NFL wasn't going for that. But shout out to Colin Kaepernick. He got his own he got his own flavor with I like that junk too, Ben and Jerry's. And they got this ice cream shop. It's on Warren somewhere on the west side. I can't forget my girl, she get off DoorDash. That shit is good. That's when I forget what Ben and Jerry she got, but it was good than a mug. Ben and Jerry's the truth. But to keep going on, get off that topic. But when you look at it, I like that. How many teams have you seen interview 3 black candidates, even minority candidates? How many times have you seen it? Her 3 interviews, first 3 was internal, which we know they ain't got no shot. Hopefully, I'm not on wood saying that. My fake wood in my car. But 3 minority candidates. And a special advisor, he really liked the dude. Was it Chris Geary from the New York Giants? But Louis Riddick, he just seemed to know what he's talking about on TV. And the team he had put together in Philadelphia just underachieved with Vince Young and Michael Vick and Nnamdi Asomugha. He just wasn't a good fit for what they did in Philly. So, I think I'm down with Louis Riddick. Give him a chance. I like all 3 of the candidates that they've done so far. You got one guy that won 2 Super Bowls. He won a Super Bowl with somebody else's guys. He won a Super Bowl with basically his guys minus Eli Manning. You got another guy, Rick Smith, who kind of had I think his draft history was better. Just off the fact he drafted J.J. Watt. He drafted DeAndre Hopkins. And then you got Louis Riddick, who sounded like he knew what he talked about. He did a great job in Philadelphia. And then he might have a connection just through Philly to get Eric Bieniemy here. So, you just look at it, he just like he know what he talking about on TV. And usually guys that get on TV and they know what they talking about, Matt Millen, don't know what they talking about, but I think Mike Mayock give people some hope. Because just think about it, the Lions have to be able to draft. See the hierarchy here, or in the order this has to happen of importance, I slightly give drafting the edge over culture. But culture is a close second. You got to be able to draft guy. Once you draft guys, it's cheaper, and also it attracts big name free agents. The reason drafting is number one. That's the reason drafting, but culture is a close number two, because to retain those guys and those guys to take a pay cut or stay here or want to stay here, you have to create a comfortable culture. Winning is the best way to create a culture, but to win, you have to create a better foundation with drafting and treating players the right way. That's the number one thing. You got to treat players the right way. You have to. You know, whatever Megatron experienced with the Raiders that he didn't experience with the Lions, give your veterans rest days. Give your veterans, you know, time off, masseuses and pedicures, whatever the Saints was doing for their players. See what the rest of the league is doing and do that for your players. That's the most important thing. Making sure you have look at Jerry Jones. Most people will say Jerry Jones is racist. But if you just look at the reaction of Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders, even the white, they love Jerry Jones. They love Jerry Jones. And that's the culture that you want to create. You want your players to love the owner. Oh man, you know what? Arthur Blank take care of his players. Jerry take care of his players for the most part. You want Sheila to be known as the owner and take care of their players. You want Louis Riddick, whoever the GM to be, take care of their players. You want to know the head coach to take care of their players. You want that culture. And it wasn't Chris Greer. Chris Greer coached down at the Dolphins. I forget the dude's name. Or he the GM at the Dolphins. You want to create a culture where people want to run through the wall for the owner, run through the wall for the team, for the logo, run through the wall for the head coach. And those are two things. If they turn around and draft well, and then turn around and create a better culture and take care of players, then they're going to win. That's why New England is able to do what they do. It's a plug-and-play system. It's a plug-and-play system. That's what it is. It's a plug-and-play system. But then again, they create a culture of winning. So all that not having fun is supplemented by winning. And everybody want to win. It's always fun when you win. Everything feels better when you got money in your pocket. That's what winning is in football, basically. Because you get extra money, go to the Super Bowl, extra money, go to the playoff. Everything feel good when you got money in your pocket. Real stuff. And that's like winning. Oh, my ankle hurt, coach. If you winning, you probably gonna play. Oh man, we got to win this game, lock up home field advantage. If you losing, probably not gonna play so much. And that's just a fact. You know, but Louis Riddick should be a great guy to come in and interview. And then once again, that kind of ruffles the Monday Night Feathers. You know, people are tired of Booger McFarland and crew. Now, Louis Riddick could be leaving. I ain't really heard nobody who don't like Louis Riddick on the mic, if it's in the studio or it's Monday Night Football. I ain't met nobody who don't like Louis Riddick. So, for me, yeah, I like everybody that they interviewed as far as external candidates. You know, it's just that you got to be able to draft. That's the number one thing. Draft, and Sheila got to be willing to change the culture, and I think Sheila is willing to change the culture. And that's the number one thing. So we seem like to be on the right track, but ain't no promises. But I like the direction Sheila's taking this team. And all the candidates that she looking at, she said she would like to have a head coach or general manager hired by 6 weeks. That's probably the end of the Super Bowl or something like that. I'm cool with that. I'm very optimistic about this process, and maybe this the change that we needed. Because she definitely thinking outside the box. And she said, I want to come with experience at GM and head coach. That's what we need. Louis Riddick got experience. If you can be able to draft, you will be successful as a GM. And also drafting is also being on the same rapport with your coach and your coaching staff. That's what's important about drafting. You can draft a guy that has all the potential in the world, but if the coach don't have a scheme, the guy can suffer. Sports are all about fit. Think about it, they put LeBron James and told him to be Tim Duncan and play with his back to the basket. how many things they be holding LeBron James back from what he can do well. They told Tim Duncan to go out there and play 2 guard and shoot 10 threes a game. It's not him. Same thing with football. You can't send a possession receiver on skinny posts and double routes and nines and regular posts. You can't send them on deep routes. You can't send a speedy receiver on timing pattern routes if you ain't got them down pat. I was listening to the OJ. What's the OJ 30 for 30 they did, if my memory serves me correctly? And the first coach he had tried to make OJ into a receiving back, and OJ couldn't coach a cold in Detroit while this snowstorm going on. You know, and you know, OJ was considered a bust. A lot of people forget that. And then they got a head coach in there. They got a head coach in there that, you know, really used OJ as a running back, hitting the holes, coming downhill, doing everything OJ is good at doing that he came out of college doing. I think it was USC. And OJ exploded off the map. You know, maybe Hertz commercials and all that stuff. And that's the difference. You can have a great talent like OJ and misutilize him. And people say he a bust. Somebody else come in, see what OJ could do good, put OJ and only put him in situations what he do good and exceptional. And maybe be like 5% of what he don't do good and exceptional, and we're going to work on what he don't do good and turn it into what he do good for the betterment of the offense or the team. That's what the Lions got to do. Whoever they get to be the GM or whatever it may be, you have to be on the same page with the front office and the coaching staff. It's an imperative, very imperative, to be on the same accord. Because you can draft great talent. Like if you draft the zone corner, you put him in a man scheme. He's going to struggle maybe forever or for a while to understand man. You know, that's just football. So you can draft the right guy. But a lot of times, there's a few reasons why. I'm going to say the 3 reasons, most reasons why guys bust is fit and culture of the team, right? The other reason why they fail is they get that money and they lose all work ethic and they get complacent with the money, aka Jamarcus Russell rule. The third reason they fail is the most obvious reason they fail. It is simply getting injured. Those would be my 3 in, you know, probably I would say in order. 3 reasons why guys fail. Why athletes fail. Those would be my 3 why new drafted players fail. But like I said before, it is what it is, man. Let me know what you guys think about Riddick getting a look at by the Lions. Getting an interview, also interviewing with the Texans, which most people believe that's the direct competitor for Eric Bieniemy for the Lions. But then Sheila said she only looking for experienced coaches, which could change. But other than that, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out with a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Follow my social media links, subscription. Fast way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, want to advertise your business on the channel, hit me up. Want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App CJGood313. That's in the description. PayPal link in the description. You know, also, if you want to support me, check me out at Goodfellas Sports TV right here on YouTube for more sports news and entertainment. Other than that, best way to donate is share the video, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Appreciate the love, support one time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas, Motor City Sports Talk.